There may be times when we're not sure where to start troubleshooting routing problems. In these cases, we can identify the best place to start by using the Traceroute command. This command identifies the paths over which packets travel to a particular destination and determines if the route works. It also provides the IP address of each router in the route along the way. The way the Traceroute command works is that it sends a set of user datagram protocol, or UDP datagrams, with increasing time to live, or TTL values, starting with 1, to an invalid port address at the remote host. By default, there are 3 datagram packets in a set. When the UDP with the TTL value 1 reaches the first router, TTL is decremented to 0, and the UDP messages are discarded. The router then returns a time exceeded message to the Traceroute command, indicating that the datagram has expired. The time exceeded message contains the IP address of the router that actually discarded the message. Let's look at an example. Suppose the Traceroute command sends the first set of 3 UDP datagram packets that have a UDP transport layer and TTL value of 1. When the packet reaches the next router, the router decrements the TTL to 0, discarding the packet. The router then sends a time exceeded message back to the source router. This time exceeded message contains the IP address of the router that actually discards the packet. The Traceroute command then sends the second set of packets with TTL value 2. In this case, the first router decrements the TTL value to 1 and forwards the packet to the second router. Here, the second router decrements the TTL value to 0 and discards the packet. The second router then sends the time exceeded message back to the source router, indicating the IP address of the router that discarded the packet. This process continues till the packets actually reach their ultimate destination. When this happens, the host sends back an ICMP port unreachable message to the source host. This happens because the packets then try to access an invalid port at the destination host. The ICMP port unreachable message indicates the successful completion of the Traceroute command displaying the route path. Let's take another example of the Traceroute command. Here, router A uses the Traceroute command to trace the route to PC2. This example depicts the Traceroute command on router A with debug messages from router B and the resulting time exceeded messages. Here, the Traceroute command lists the IP address of router B and the destination host. The first line displays the IP address of router B, and the second line displays the destination host IP address. In the example, router B discards the packet and returns the time exceeded message. So the time exceeded message tells the Traceroute command to list the IP address of the outgoing interface of router B as a source address.